In today's video, I'm going to be discussing one of the biggest dangers in retirement and how to overcome it. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. Now, first off, when you think of retirement, what do you generally think of? Long walks on the beach, watching the sunset over the ocean, a lot of time for yourself, not waking up and reporting to a job? The golden years, right? Well, yes, this is what it's supposed to be, but unfortunately, that is not the case for everyone. So that's what I want to talk about here in this video, is one of these major dangers leading into retirement and how to overcome it with what I'm going to talk about here in this video. Now, let me ask you this much as well. Leading up to your retirement, whether you are currently retired or you're thinking about retirement relatively soon here, when you were leading up to this, what have you done the last few years? I'm guessing you probably spent a lot of time planning for your retirement, figuring out exactly how much your income is going to be during your retirement, how much your expenses are going to be, where you're going to be living, all kinds of details like this, including your health care, how much you might be receiving from Social Security, again, planning exactly what year you may retire, what month you may retire, maybe even down to the exact day that you plan to retire, right? I'm guessing that most people didn't just wake up one day and be like, hey, I think I'm going to retire today, right? That'd be awesome. That may be the case for some people, but I'm guessing that is the exception and probably not the rule, right? Most people spend years leading up to the retirement planning all the details, exactly what I'm going to do when I hit my retirement. And again, it's going to be great, right? It's very exciting for a lot of people. It kind of puts like this goal out into the future at some point, like there it is, there's the destination, I'm reaching for that, and I'm super excited to get there. And eventually you get there and it's very relieving, right? Just imagine the very last day that you clock in at work and then you leave for the day. Are you feeling like, hey, this is great, right? Well, that's exactly some of the situations that are going on. Now, this leads into one of the major dangers, again, that I'm alluding to in here in this video. Now, like I said, a lot of people spend years planning for the retirement. However, did you spend any time planning what you're going to do during your retirement? Again, this is one of those things out there that a lot of people don't really take into consideration. Now, again, I can't speak for everybody. Some people do have this all planned out, like, hey, I'm going to retire this day, exactly this year, and I'm going to do this during my retirement. However, that is not the case for everybody. So this is the major danger that I want to point out, which is the transition into retirement and what are you going to do with yourself now, okay? Here's the thing. Retirement is awesome. I mean, seriously, when you retire, I mean, that's awesome. That's very exciting. You've spent so many years and decades of your life working, earning the money, doing everything you possibly can to provide for you, maybe your spouse, your family, all kinds of things like this, earning of money to stash away to get you through retirement, right? It's a very exciting time of life for a lot of people. But what they don't realize is that on the other side of this door called retirement, what's on the other side? What am I going to do, right? And this is a major problem that a lot of people really struggle with, the transition. For example, let me give you just one little example here, okay? Think of like a high school student, okay? The person goes through freshman, sophomore, junior years, senior years, and they graduate. Wow, this is exciting. They go off to college. What do most college kids do the first week or so that they're at college? They probably call up their mom or their dad and they're like, hey, I'm miserable. I'm so unhappy. I'm sad. I just want to go home. I want this to be over, right? How many times does this happen? It happens all the time. You hear it all the time. In fact, that first week of college, you won't believe how many people just disappear. Like, hey, where did Bob go? Oh, Bob went home. He was sad. Where'd Mary go? Oh, Mary went home too. She was sad and she had to go home, right? My point is, this is a major thing. It's the transition that is the major problem. So again, like I said, whether you're currently retired or you're leading up to retirement, what I'd really like to encourage you to do is figure out what are you going to do with your time. Now, here's the thing. You definitely do not need to come up with a daily schedule. Well, today at 8 a.m., I'm going to drink coffee. At 9 a.m., I'm going to read the newspaper. At 9:30, I'm going to take a shower. No, I'm not saying you have to do that, but I'm saying figure out a general plan, a general overview of what you're going to do with your time and kind of a little bit of a structure with your day. If you don't have any structure at all, you're going to realize it's not going to take that long before you're feeling probably a little bit discontent and maybe a little bit frustrated / unhappy, okay? Now, again, obviously I can't speak for everybody, but This is one of those things that transition into retirement can be very, very difficult for a lot of people, okay? So again, what I would really like to encourage you to do is that obviously you've spent years of your life, decades of your life working. It's time for you to enjoy your life now. Here's the thing. I would really encourage you to take some time and really think about, what do I love doing with my time? Now, here's the thing. How can you figure that out? Sometimes it's hard to figure out, what do I really enjoy doing? All I really know is working. That's all I've done is work my whole life. How do I know what I even enjoy? Well, that's a really good question. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Figure out, how do you spend your time when you're not working? When you don't have liabilities, other obligations with your time, what do you like to do? You have 100% free time. What do you like to do with that, right? There's a lot of different things. What gets you excited? What are you passionate about? What do you like talking about? What do you like researching, learning about, watching TV shows or movies about? What do you like reading books about or watching awesome YouTube videos like this about, right? Where do you spend your money? That's another key one right there. You can figure out, if you spend a lot of money in one certain area, you can probably guarantee that you are probably passionate, you are very interested about that. And I'm not talking about paying your phone bill, okay? Paying the mortgage. I'm sorry. I'm not passionate about paying my phone bill, but I am passionate about doing research on my phone. That is something that I really enjoy doing, and making videos like this to help hopefully some of you here in this community, right? But anyway, you got to figure out a little bit of a structure to see, what is it that I really enjoy doing, and then try to structure your retirement somewhat around some of those passions. Now again, it could be a list of 20 different items. Fine, that's awesome. The more, honestly, probably the better. But if you have too many, then all of a sudden it also leads to somewhat of a confusion as well, because it's like, hey, I have all these things I want to do, and there's so many different things coming at you that you're like, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. There's too many options here. I don't know how to make a choice here, right? Think about it this way. It's like going to the grocery store. Have you ever been sitting at the grocery store and you have 7 different options of like ketchup, and you're like, I don't know which one to choose. I have no idea here. Which one's the best, right? Sometimes if you limit that down to just 2 or 3 options, it's a lot easier to make a decision than be like, hey, I have 7 options on the table here. I have no clue which one to choose. I'm going to choose none of them. And unfortunately, that's the case, okay? So a lot of people, when we're faced with too many options, we don't make a choice. We just kind of move on, right? So anyway, that's kind of the whole detail behind this, is you spend years of your life working and planning for your retirement. I'd also encourage you to not only plan for your retirement, but also plan, what are you going to do with your retirement? Maybe it's go fishing a couple days a week. Maybe it's play golf with your friends. Maybe it's going on a walk with your dog, 3 days a week, or spending time with your kids or your grandkids, or maybe finally traveling to some of those destinations that you've always looked at in magazines and heard about and things like this, and finally it is time to do that, okay? Even just this, okay? I want to really encourage this as well. This is a big, big, big one, but do something and figure out something to look forward to. And it could be in 2 years, okay? Here's the thing that I would really encourage, and this is very, very powerful, okay? You see happiness in people like really, really, really go up when they have something to look forward to, okay? This is not only retired people, but it's basically everybody. But somebody who is retired, this works really well, okay? Plan something out into the future. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 8 months, it could be 3 months, it could be 2 years away. Plan something to look forward to. Now again, I'm going to say this, okay? One of the stereotypical things that a lot of people that are, maybe a little bit older or retired like to do is go on cruises, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I really enjoy going on cruises, okay? A few years ago, my wife and I, we discovered cruising for the first time. And in about a year and a half time or so, we went on 5 cruises because we loved it so much, okay? Cruising is super fun. If you've not done it, I would really encourage trying it, okay? Super fun thing. But this is something, just even planning a cruise, say 2 years, 3 years out in the future, it's something that you can really look forward to. Like, oh man, I can't wait for that Alaskan cruise, or that Caribbean cruise, or the Mediterranean cruise, or whatever it happens to be. I don't know. It's different for everybody, but just planning a cruise like that, planning something to look forward to in some specified amount of time will give you that timeline like, hey, I'm super excited. I have a reason to wake up every morning and plan for it, to research about it, to think about it. What am I going to do? What am I going to do on the ship? Who am I going to meet? What am I going to do on the islands, the ports? When I get off, what am I going to do with my time? It's exciting to think about all that, right? And leading up to it, it gives you something to look forward to. If you have nothing to look forward to, whether you currently are retired or you are leading up to retirement, or maybe you're just somebody who's not retired, and you're say 25, I don't know, 25, 30, 40, something like that, and retirement is years out in the future. This is a very tactical approach here, just finding something to look forward to. But if we have nothing to look forward to, we can wake up in the morning and be like, forget it. Why would I wake up today? Why would I get out of bed today? I have nothing to look forward to, right? So again, this is something that I'd encourage everybody to do, which is just find something. And again, maybe it's not traveling, maybe it's not going on a good old cruise, and that's fine too, okay? Cruising is definitely not for everybody. I tried to get my parents to go on a couple cruises with us years ago, and they were like, no, absolutely not. We went on a cruise 58 years ago, and we're not going on a cruise anymore. By the way, I'm exaggerating. I know my mom's watching this, and she's like, it wasn't 58 years ago. It was 31 years ago. Okay, fine, whatever. You went on a cruise like way back in the day when cruise ships were the size of a little fishing boat, and you got seasick. Okay, I get it. Cruise ships are very different today, I guarantee it, okay? My point is, it's a really fun experience. My wife and I had so much fun cruising, getting off on the ports and just like meeting people and all the experiences. It was just so much fun. We loved it, okay? I'm going to say this much as well. My wife and I are very introverted. We don't get out much at all, okay? But on the cruise ship, one of our favorite things to do was to go to the main dining hall. Like at night, you go to the main dining room and you have this table. It's like 8 people that you have no clue about. And you just sit there and talk about it and just like learn about these people. It is so much fun. That was literally like the most fun part of the cruises for my wife and I, is going to the main dining room and seeing, hey, who do we get to sit with tonight? And what kind of crazy stories are they going to tell us, right? We loved that part of it. But my point is, it was something to look forward to. We loved it. We would book these cruises and then we just talk about it. Like, hey, who are we going to meet this time, right? Like, what's the experience going to be? It was just so much fun to think about it. My point is, this is a super powerful technique. Just plan something. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a road trip to a destination an hour away from where you currently live or where you're at, in 3 months, and just start looking forward to it. Do something that you're excited about. Maybe it's a meeting with an old friend or an old coworker or something like this. Again, it doesn't have to be some traveling, some big, expensive, extravagant thing. It could be something that costs you nothing. It could be a plan. It could be a lunch date with your kid, your son or your daughter or somebody like this in 2 months. Hey, I got plans to go see old Charlie at this restaurant, and we're going to have lunch together in 2 months. That's super exciting, right? Maybe a day to go visit your grandkids in, a couple months or something like that. I don't know. Again, there's a ton of different options here, but this is something that's super powerful. If you have nothing to look forward to, life can get really, really kind of boring. Honestly, I'm just going to say that, right? It can get really boring if we have nothing on the books and we have nothing to look forward to, nothing planned in the future. It's just like one of these things that's like every day just kind of ticks on by, and it's like, well, I don't know. What am I going to do tomorrow? I don't know. What are we going to do next week? I don't know. It's just the same old thing, right? But anyway, you can get excited about stuff. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you really quickly. And again, it all comes kind of down to the transition from working, basically, 40 hours a week, working nonstop all the time, transitioning into retirement. Is that really, really tough transition? But again, the moral of the story is have somewhat of a plan. You definitely do not need to structure your days all day, every single day. If you want to do that, by all means, go for it. But that is not really the point here. The point is, have somewhat of a plan. Doesn't really matter what that plan is. Just something to structure your days, to structure your time, to structure your weeks, to structure your month. A little bit, right? Not even every day, maybe a couple days a week. You go and play pickleball, good old pickleball, right? You hit up a local little area wherever a pickleball is played, and you maybe join a little league, or you gather some friends and play some pickleball or something like that. Just something, some little plan, something to look forward to, okay? That's about it. You would not believe how much this increases happiness in people who are currently retired, leading up to retirement. And again, just anybody at any age range. It literally doesn't matter. But this is a key little hack here that I want to share with you, and it's pretty exciting. Now, again, I know this sounds super basic. Seriously, really? You're talking about this in this video? Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many people don't implement some type of plan or even something to look forward to, and they just kind of waste their retirement away, and they're like, I don't know what to do, right? Well, again, this is one little thing that you can just implement. It's not even anything, all that expensive or extravagant. And again, it could be life-changing for you, your spouse, and whoever else is enjoying your life with you. So anyway, that's what I want to leave it at right now, but hope this one helps you. Again, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know, what are you looking forward to? What do you have planned? What do you have on the books right now that you're super excited about? And again, just write down, think about some of the different things that you're passionate about, and how you like spending your time, how you spend your money, what do you like to talk about, things like that, right? Very important to figure out what exactly you're passionate about. So anyway, hope this helps you. Again, as always, please make sure to subscribe down below. Share the video with your friends on social media. There's a share button right down below the video. Make sure to share this out to them so they can also get some of these points and take advantage of some of this information as well. Otherwise, go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including in the video library, or those that I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section, and the ones on your screen now. Check out those videos as well, and until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.